After years of anticipation, Jagex has finally brought a PvP Wilderness update to old school RuneScape. All of the previous Wilderness bosses have been moved into caves, the drop tables have been changed, new weapons have been added, and each boss has also been given a weaker counterpart in single way combat for easier and solo attempts. Today we're going to be checking out the first few hours of the update. I'm going to be exploring a bunch of the different bosses, PKing there, and seeing if the update is any good. So without further ado, let's get into it because we have a lot to get through. Starting off, I decided to check out the new Callisto spawn with a few friends, and right off the bat you can see that there are a bunch of these red bear traps on the floor. If you step on these, you take damage and they stun you for a couple of seconds, so this is an interesting anti-escape mechanic. 1 minute into the update, we already got our first kill for 850k. Multi-PKing isn't really my thing, so I geared up in max and went over to the soloable version of Venenatis. This spider here is located in about 20 wilderness, and a lot of people can come here in solo. It's pretty easy to get away as well, but I figured since the update is brand new, we might be able to find some people and some decent risk. That wasn't very nice. This guy just called me a nerd even though he was the one who decided to skull up. You do not need to be skulled in order to kill these bosses, guys, so just a heads up, don't be like this guy because he lost 7 mil for absolutely no reason. I moved over to the new Vedion spot because there wasn't many PKers up by the spider, and I instantly ran into this guy named Emmy Bolter. He was inside the graveyard and he was in some pretty decent risk. The new Vedion spawn is very close to multi-way combat, and that means that a bunch of new lures can be brought into the game. This guy here tried to get a TB on me when I was low food. Luckily, I kind of saw this coming and made it out with 5 brews anyway. So many teams are out and all trying to do this exact same lure, just at different spots on the multi-line. This guy here actually had the closest attempt. If I didn't get this entangle on him, there was a possibility that he could have speared me into multi, and I might have actually died for max gear. So thank God for RNG, and it's kind of good to see that there's a lot of teams trying new lures like this because PKing's been really dead lately and we need more stuff like this in the game. The new Vedion boss room is kind of broken, especially if you're a PKer. The boss will stay on the opponent even while you're attacking him, and this here makes it so that if your opponent's frozen, he'll get spammed with Vedion's attacks all throughout the room, and this here is going to do some crazy damage, and it basically just makes your opponent that much easier to kill. The only thing is once your opponent makes it outside, it's very easy for them to get away. So make sure that you try and get your opponent frozen in the room if you're PKing down here because it's going to be so much more DPS because the boss is going to be helping you the entire time. I thought for sure this guy would have a little bit more risk on him, but it's still a free 400k. I finally found another PKer. This guy wasn't skulled, but I decided to attack him anyway. I'm not going to get the full set if I do manage to kill him because he's going to keep his 4 best items, but it's better than killing PVMers all day, and really I'm out here trying to find other PKers anyway. The PVMers are just some intermission in between. This guy was so lucky. He was so low on food, and of course he ends up getting gap and logging out because I splashed a couple entangles. I am determined to get a max kill by the end of this video, and best believe we're going to make that happen one way or another. never understood why PVMers just give up so easily and start dropping all their items. I mean, PKers splash all the time and you could easily end up getting away just on pure luck. We ended up getting around 1 mil loot from this guy, which is pretty nice because the majority of the people at Vet'ion don't really risk that much. And hopefully we can find some more loot in different spots later on. I've been PKing at Vet'ion for about an hour now, and I want to go check the new Callisto spawn and see how that's working. But I decided to check one more time, and when I went into the cave, I found this guy in max gear. Now this guy's already in the cave, he's underneath the boss, and like I said earlier, you can use the room to your advantage if you get a freeze on your opponent, and that's exactly what we're about to do. I just killed him! I just killed him for max! Oh shit! Oh shit, let's go! Oh my god, that was beautiful! Oh my god, did you guys see that? That was clean as hell! That was clean as hell! Under the boss and everything! Oh shit, 129 mil? Oh shit, now we're talking, bro! Now we're talking. That's what we like. Rewatching this clip back, the boss didn't actually do any damage on the kill itself, but he did do some damage prior to me going for the KO, which probably affected the way that this man ate and used his super restores, which in turn ended up resulting in helping assist with the kill. This is what I was talking about earlier. Use that boss to your advantage and you can get some super nice combos, and the person tanking is going to have an even more rough time. It's basically like they're in multi. After that 130 mil kill, how can I leave Vet'ion? I have to stay here for a little bit longer and see what we can find. $500k key, not too shabby. I have no idea what this guy is doing. He's definitely in some kind of risk. He has way too many items to protect his entire Vrak set, plus his torture, his prims, potential spec weapon, anything else he might have on him like a ring. But of course he had to run into multi, and this extremely sketched me out. I was chasing him all throughout multi like a maniac in over 400 to 500 mil risk. Don't know what I was doing. I had my finger hovered over the tele tab the entire time, but in the end he ended up escaping with literally 6 HP. I tried to talk to him when he was venomed outside the wilderness, but of course he didn't fall for it and ended up logging out. I actually still wonder what this guy might have had on him because he actually looked like he was in some pretty solid risk. Who knows if he had a good spec weapon or maybe even like a berserker ring or something on him, but I guess we'll never know. We've waited long enough. It's time to check out the single Callisto boss, and this one here is, in my opinion, the most rewarding. People here risk a lot, but it's also the most dangerous. You can mess up and accidentally step on a trap. The bear does a ton of damage. You can get knocked around the room, and I think that you can get comboed out pretty easily. I mean, honestly, anti-PKing here is going to be amazing. People are going to be able to get so many kills because basically PVMers have the ability to freeze and stun their opponent. They mess up and step on the wrong trap, and so I got to be very careful because we can die very easily here if we make just one mistake. Well, after getting chanced about 15 times and nearly dying for 500 mil, I finally did manage to kill this guy. I didn't know that you're supposed to pre melee against Callisto. I'm not a PVMer, but we got around 1 mil loot, and hopefully we don't make the same mistakes again because that there could be a very, very expensive one. $750k, not bad. Another 700k. This is starting to look like the magic number. Looks like I was right. 7 to 800k is the average kill here. 4 kills, and they're all in the same little price range. That's pretty cool. Definitely got to watch out for those traps, though. They could have messed me up multiple times. And that is it for the video today, guys. I'm very, very sleep deprived now. I stayed up all night waiting for this update to drop. I spent 3 to 4 hours PKing and then another 2 to 3 hours editing so I can get this video out for you guys as soon as possible. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like and comment, and of course subscribe to the channel. We're less than 1,000 subs away from hitting 60,000, so that's pretty cool. And in the next video, I'm going to try my best to be PKing with the new Karasi Voidwalker sword. That's going to be awesome. I'm a big fan of the Karasi. I've used it a ton pre-OC, and hopefully I can drop that video for you guys soon. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.